confidence on playing Bay Hill last week, so I know I can hang with those guys, and I know what it's like now.
Doc,
how much do you think the experience of being in a PGA event will make life a little bit easier for the medals?
I think it'll make, a big difference because I'm comfortable being around those guys now, and I know how it works. So, I don't have to be nervous about how everything's going to go down, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and even during the week. I know what it's like to play a PGA Tour round, and I'm comfortable doing it.
Doc, I think you played at Augusta last year. How much do you think that experience on the course will help you?
Yeah, it's a huge help knowing the course, especially when you're playing against guys who've played, multiple Masters and played it tons of times. You can never be too familiar with the golf course, so playing as much as I can really helps.
Probably helps also if you get the all factor out of the way, right? You did that last year now.
Exactly, right? Yeah, and I've already played twice this year, which is great. So, I'm getting more and more comfortable there every time I go out there.
Do you have goals that you want to accomplish that you feel like it'll be a successful weekend?
Yeah, I'm just trying to do a few performance goals, really. Hit some fairways, putt, hit a few putting stats, things like that. Nothing really outcome. I figure I'll just go out there and try and play the best I can that week, and whatever happens. I'm just there to mostly learn, learn about my game, what I can improve, and how it is out there. And no matter what, it will be a success.
How different do you think it'll be, though, for the times you played before, considering now this is the Masters, this is the tournament?
I think it's going to be, that first tee on Thursday is going to be, one of a kind, honestly, and I can't do anything to prepare for that. I just got to handle it as best I can when it comes.
Did you play the Palmer in just the back of your mind, thinking during those rounds that you were very consistent, kind of maybe getting yourself ready for that bigger stage of a battle?
Well, I knew the whole time going into that it was going to be a great precursor to the Masters. Just being out there and seeing how everything works was you couldn't do any better prep work than that. And the greens were really fast too, so I think that was great prep for Augusta. But when I was out there, I knew I was just locked in on every shot, but I knew going into it that it was going to be great prep work.
The greens are amazing at Augusta. I think you're a very good putter, and Jordan just re-emphasized that. Speed is one thing, but the breaks and the reads there tend to be weirder than any place in the. So what's your mindset in terms of approaching?
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed. Like you said, there's just the greens are unlike anything I've ever putted on with breaks, and I almost feel like you can play a few putts a few different ways if you want, and you can get it close in multiple ways, which is great. So it takes a lot of imagination, I think, especially around the greens when you're chipping. You might feel like you're kind of in a bad position, but if you play it 20 feet right, feeds down to the hole. So when we're out there, we're just trying to get as much knowledge as we can, and then I think we'll do a great job during the tournament reading the greens.
Coach Penley talked about pacing yourself this week because of all the different things going on. So what's your plan and how you plan to pace yourself?
Just try not, get worn out or overwork. I think all the preparation has happened in the past few months for the Masters, leading up to it, and then it's just kind of maintaining and fine-tuning everything once I get to Augusta. So there's no reason to, grind on the range or worry too much about anything.
Are there any guys you've reached out to kind of alter your advice?
Yeah, I've talked a little bit to multiple people, really, and to Jeff Knox. I've talked to him a little bit, and unfortunately didn't get to play with him, but tried. And I think more when I get there, I'll start to talk to people and see what they have to say.
Because you got a teammate whose dad would probably be able to give you some insight.
Yeah, that's right. So, it's really nice of him to have us out there, and he's been really helpful.
Doc, we didn't get a chance to talk to you. Can you tell us about your experience at the Walker Cup?
The Walker Cup was incredible. I was when I was at Bay Hill on the first tee, I was telling my caddy Josh Fickus that it was nerve-wracking, but I've never been as nervous as I was on the first tee at the Walker Cup, and I didn't even hit the first tee shot. So I was pretty glad for that because just the crowd, being in the United States, everyone was cheering us on. It was, it's a whole other thing when you represent your country.
Doc, how instrumental was watching the Masters for you growing up, and what is your favorite memory from this tournament?
Everyone watches the Masters. It's just such a awesome event, really, and I don't think it's been instrumental yet for this upcoming week, but I do plan on watching a little video from past years, just mostly on approach shots, seeing where the spot to be is to each hole location. But I would say something that always comes back to me is Tiger on 16 one year when he learned that chip in, which was just incredible.
Would you usually watch it with friends or family?
Yeah, definitely. Just watch it as much as I could. You know, a lot of times we'd be in class. I know a lot of people can relate to that, and just watching it in class, and then on the weekend, just sitting down in the afternoons and watching.
Have you been as a fan?
I haven't, no.
What was it like running down the hill in Death Valley last fall?
That was wild, you know. Once in a lifetime opportunity there too, and it was really nice of Dabo to let me do that. And I was pretty nervous. I didn't want to fall and embarrass myself or anything like that.
Are you expecting a call from him again in the next couple of weeks?
You know, I don't know. I guess I don't expect anything from him, but that'd be really nice if he does, and I don't blame him if he doesn't.
Are you, when you're preparing to play a course like Augusta, because the greens are what they are,
Right.
how much more, I don't want to say pressure, but that approach shot, I mean, it can mean everything in the world to be 2 feet left, 2 feet right. How much does that go through your mind, maybe more than a typical tournament you would play?
I think just in general on the PGA Tour, you know, the greens are a lot more difficult, and your misses can be a lot more severe if you do miss in the wrong spot. But I don't think it puts any more pressure on it. You just got to be more committed to your shot, and you know, if you do get in a bad spot, it's going to happen, and just do your best to get out of it.
Jordan talked about the importance of seizing the moment, enjoying the moment. How important is that to you?
Yeah, it's incredible, because no matter how I play next week, you know, it's not going to change anything, and it's going to be a success no matter what if I make the cut or come in dead last. So I'm just going to go out and enjoy myself and try and learn as much as possible.
Is this the dream as a golfer?
I would say so. I mean, you know, everyone wants to play the Masters, and to be able to play so young as an amateur is just, couldn't imagine it.
Can you take us back to last August? I think you had a 60-foot putt,
Yeah.
eagle, to sort of keep you in it. And was it in the back of your mind that this is for the Masters? Were there any nerves?
No, I never thought about that. A lot of people ask me that, but I was just worried about concentrating on winning the match, winning the hole, and doing the best I could on each shot. So that never really popped into my mind.
A lot of Clemson students, alums go to the Masters each year. Will it help your nerves a little to see some orange out there, or do you tune out the gallery completely?
No, it'll be awesome to have fans out there. I mean, it's always fun when people are watching and cheering you on. So I had a lot of that at Bay Hill, actually, and this will be, you know, so much more, like you said. So it'll be great.
How much is all the exciting things that have been going on for you going back to September, and then Bay Hill, and then this? At the same time, you're also trying to help, you know, your college team. So take me through the process of trying to kind of compartmentalize it.
I don't think it's been too difficult. I try and keep one thing in my mind at a time. You know, if we have a college tournament, I'm concentrated on that, not the Masters, and that's what I've said the whole time. So it hasn't been too difficult for me. It's just been a lot of times, but that's okay.
I know you said you're not worried about results, but to be able to play the weekend and make the cut.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to play as many days as you can, so that would be amazing, and obviously that's what I want to do, and I want to be up there contending. But you know, if it doesn't happen, it's not something to dwell on, and I'm not going to be down on myself for it.
Do you look at players like Sam Burns, like 21-year-old from LSU who got to play with Tiger? Do you look at him as like saying, hey, I could play with these guys on the big stage? Yeah,
definitely. There's a lot of guys out there doing really well on tour, web.com, who I've played against in the past, and you know, I'm just as good as them. I know it, so it's just about getting out there and taking advantage when you have the opportunity.
Doc, you laying in bed at night and toss and turn and think, who in the world are you going to pair me with?
No, I think I'm actually paired with the defending champion. First 2 rounds.
Okay.
So that's going to be pretty awesome. And so no, I'll, you know, even if they paired me with the past champions from the 1980s, I'd be really happy just to be there and play.
You toss and turn thinking, oh my gosh, I'm about to play in the Masters?
No, I actually hadn't really thought too much about it until, you know, the past week, until after Bay Hill. And no, I'm excited more than anything, so it doesn't keep me up at night.
Everybody good?